Hi, my name is Greg Anderson and I'm the president of American Land Grab. Lately I've had a few people ask me saying, Greg, what is it that you teach in your new best-selling book, The New Super Short Sale, and also with the American Land Grab Academy? And I want to explain to you how it is possible that even in this market, you can sell real estate today for a profit. You can even sell a property that's underwater or one that you owe more than it's worth for a profit. Let me illustrate. Now let's say that you own a home. Sorry, my artist skills aren't the best. Here's your window and there's your front door. Now currently, in this situation, let's say that you owe $125,000 to the bank. Your current interest rate is at 6% and your current payment is $925 each month. Now in this market, we've seen a lot of homes and a lot of people that this house was once worth $125,000, they financed that much. In fact, maybe it was worth $150,000 and they financed at $125,000. But because of current market conditions and the foreclosure rates, you might find that this house is now only worth $100,000. Let me grab another marker. So let's say because of the bad market, this property is worth $100,000. Now most people are telling you that because you owe more than it's worth, you have two outcomes. One, which is going to be just continue making your payments as usual. You're going to lose a little bit of money, but there's nothing really you can do because you can't sell the property for $125,000. The second is going to be telling you the only way out is to walk away, meaning let that property foreclose or try a short sell, which is just asking the bank to accept less money. I'm here to say that there's a different way. And it all happens to do with a little bit of math, some economics, and exactly what we teach in the new book. So in this scenario, let me explain to you how your mortgage works. Okay, this is your bar graph. You currently owe $125,000, and that's at a 6% interest rate. Over here is 30 years. This is when most mortgages are paid off. This is 15 years, this is 5 years, and so on. In a normal mortgage, in an amortization, you pay the majority of principal, or majority of interest first. So of a $900 payment, you're going to see $900 being interest, $25 being principal. And then as the years go on, this graph tapers. It goes something like this to where you've paid off. This is where you would owe $100,000. And this is where you would owe $50,000. Let me write that one again. That didn't work very well. This is where you would owe $50,000. And you just follow each graph over to the year to figure out when you're going to pay off the property. Now this is how it works no matter what, every time. Let me show you a different way of doing this graph. Let's say that today I was going to take this home and sell it at $100,000. Immediately you're going to tell me you can't do it because you owe $125,000 without the bank approving it. I'm here to say yes, you can. Here's how this works. I'm going to use another red marker just to explain. Let's say that I was to sell this home, you owe $125,000, and we sell it at $100,000. But instead of charging 6%, I now charge 9%. And the way that all of the math would work out on this scenario is the payment would be $1,000 per, two of those, $1,000 per month. So I would sell it to a new buyer on a seller finance contract, and we explain all the ins and outs inside of the book and in the academy. But if I sell it at $100,000 at 9% on a 30-year mortgage, I'm actually now getting more money. I'm getting $1,000 a month when my bank up here, my payments are only $925. This is a 30-year payoff. This is a 30-year payoff. So to give you the example of, here's a new chart. This is selling the property at $100,000 at an interest rate of 9% in 30 years. You see these graphs work almost identical. But if I lay them on top of each other, because of the payments, you pay more principal, the new buyer is going to pay more interest than you, it's going to work like this. It's going to come across, And here, somewhere in time, these two paths are going to cross. And it's going to cross where you now owe the same amount of money as the new buyer does. But the whole time you were collecting $75 positive cash flow. You didn't have to fix anything. You weren't in charge of maintenance. You weren't in charge of a renter because they are a buyer. They now have purchased that property, and over the term of this 30 years will make you a profit even if you're selling it for less money. Now, I hope that made sense to you. It's about as easy as we can explain it. It is how math, economics, and how mortgages work. It's very simple. You'll get all of the information inside of my book, The New Super Short Sale, which is a 16-day guide, everyday step of how you can accomplish this very thing. And then the Real Estate Academy and the American Land Grab Academy, we teach you all of the ins and outs that you need to know in order to protect yourself as you're doing this, including buying strategies. How do I buy a foreclosure? How do I buy a tax deed property? Or how do I invest in tax liens? All of this is done online through the Academy. It's www.americanlandgrab.com, and we'll see you soon.